Well, welcome back, DIY car guys and car girls. And as you can tell by the title, Mr. Sparkles will only be running in the 8th mile for 2022. Now, before y'all get up in arms and crazy like this guy,
Move this man!
let me explain. I got some cool goodies to share with you guys today from Quick Performance, and that's what we're talking about. So let's first talk about the goodies I got Quick Performance. This is actually a third member, a complete third member that I had in the past. This was a 28 spline axle third member. And Quick told me, it's like, you're definitely going to break that sooner or later with the power you're putting down. And that wasn't the third member itself, but it was the axles. It had 28 spline axles. So that's one reason why I choose to keep going back to Quick Performances. Everything they've told me would happen has actually happened. And whenever I order a part from them, they seem to just set me up perfectly. I'm not sending parts back. Everything just happens to work exactly like they explained it and exactly how I explained my setup. So what we have here, I'm going to cannibalize this third member right here. I'm going to pull out the ring and pinion. This is a 411. And this right here is a 430. And this is what we're going to run in Mr. Sparkles for 2022 in the 8th mile. And in case you guys are wondering, no, I am not sponsored by Quick Performance. Whenever I call them and they've helped me out, they've always steered me in the correct direction. So I want to give them a prop for this video by giving them a shout out. Okay, with that said, let's sit down and have a talk about why I'm going to be only 8th mile as opposed to quarter mile. And yes, that is new. It's coffee. Okay. Pretty good coffee right there. So I know a lot of you guys might be disappointed that I'm not going to be trying to run 8s in the quarter or whatever like that. And my main reason for that is all the racing that I want to do that's local. There's going to be like streetcar events. There's going to be no prep events. And there's also going to be some bracket events. But the majority of the events that I think I can actually compete in and not just go out and be a first round duck, it's all going to be 8th mile. And that is the #1 reason why I'm choosing to set my vehicle up with different gears. Like I said, I have a 389 in there right now, which still isn't enough for that vehicle to run a full pass in the quarter. I have to go like a 373, which is going to hurt, you know, my ET in the 8th. Now, no prep stuff, it might not be too good to have a 390 because I'm not sure how well it's going to hook up with the loose converter and a steep gear in a no prep situation 8th. Maybe it'll work good, maybe it won't. But no prep is definitely one of those things that requires a specific setup, which I won't be doing that too often. I'll be trying it, but most of the stuff is going to be street racing events. Like I said before, it's all going to be 8th mile. It's going to be set up based on particular rules, cruises, all that stuff. And it's going to be on a prepped surface for most of those events. But like I said, I have a 390, a 411, and I have a 430. So we have a bunch of different gears to play around with. So it's going to be good for you guys to see what difference does a 430 do in the 8th to ET motor or nitrous as opposed to a 389. I don't know. Like I said, I still have a lot to set up in that vehicle. I need to put a cage in it. I got to redo the suspension because it's not working correctly right now for what I'm trying to make it do. For some reason, ever since I went to those tires, these tires are down over here, and I went to that 400 small block Chevy, It's just not 16 the way the L21 back there was. The L21 was always a great motor for the 60 foot. I'm not sure if it's putting down torque more soon or the cam has changed. Something has upset the vehicle, so we have to first figure that out. And I'm going to change, like I said, I'm going to change to this 390, and we'll make a go and see how much that changes the ET. There's going to be some events where I can't post my time. So sorry for you guys. If you want to know what it's running on during those events, can't tell you because that's the rules. So let's talk about, the roots of the 8th mile. The 8th mile is more street cred. All the street stuff. I know a lot of you guys like, oh no, you run a quarter around here in the street. Well, if your car is super fast, and if you're running a quarter mile and you are putting down like 150, 160 miles an hour on the street, you got some big gonads on you, son, because that is super dangerous, and one wreck will send you right to your grave. So that's why a lot of the cars, Street Outlaws, all those cars, Billy the Kid, anything down in Louisiana, all those events are all 8th mile. No one runs the quarter. So like I said, we'll have a lot to play with here. I have to change the travel in the S10, have to change the rear. I'm going to eventually get some Viking shocks for it. That is if I have the money for that, because right now my job situation isn't quite where it needs to be. I do have an interview tomorrow, so hopefully that'll pan through. I'll let you guys know I'm working if that actually happens to be true, that I get employed once more. But anyways, guys, keep on wrenching, and I hope you guys aren't too pissed off with this setup that I'm going to. I'm only running the 8th mile from now on. And don't forget to subscribe. And peace.